Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode of Season 3 of Starfleet Simplified. I am Michael Schockman, I'll be your host and commentator, and in today's episode we will be covering a relatively, as far as I can tell, unknown class of ship that was commissioned during the early part of the TNG era. Today we will be covering the Chariot Class Explorer ship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna level with you. I found this randomly on Starbase 118, and and I did find some extra stuff on it. Apparently, the Chariot class was a mid 24th century attempt to update and surpass the Oberth class, which thankfully we're not going to go into the Oberth in this because that thing is tiny. But it adds a lot of it's a smaller ship, but it looks weird by modern Starfleet standards. Um, but nevertheless, it is a powerful little ship. I couldn't find much solid data on what it was made for, but from what I can find on its specifications, which I'll go to here in just a second, it definitely can punch well above its weight. Its specifications are as thus: it is classified as a deep space explorer type. It is produced on the ASDB Integration Section Beta Antares shipyards. It has a length of 382 meters, a beam of 264 meters, and a height of 214 meters. You heard that right. Um, I'm going to try and put up at this point or maybe you're already seeing it, a picture of the Chariot Class Explorer. And you'll see that it's got kind of a weird reverse fin thing on the bottom for where it has some of its stuff, kind of like um, the B wing in Star Wars. Um, which is quite interesting. Anyway, it has a mass of 3,710,000 metric tons, which means it actually weighs more than the Nebula class we did last week by this, which I'm starting to question whether or not this is accurate, but who knows? We'll see. Um, which means that uh, um, it's about 7.4 billion pounds. It can accommodate up to 300 officers and 600 crew and 800 and 900 civilians, and has an overall personnel evacuation limit of 11,000. That's very specific. It has its power plant is a 1500 Cochrane warp core feeding two LF-43 advanced linear warp drive units, and it has two. It is also it also that also powers two Fig 5 subatomic unified energy impulse units. Good lord, this is so specific. It can uh um it can maintain up to warp 9, just warp 9 standard, and it has an armament of 6 Type 10 phaser emitters and two Mark 80 direct fire photon torpedo launchers, photon torpedo tubes. So, if all of this can be believed, going on to my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen, this Chariot class Explorer seems like it would be something, since it's not something we've seen at all, very much, if at all, in the shows. This is probably beta canon, but still, you know what? This is miscellaneous stuff. It's what's on there, so it's neither here nor there. But I would say, it definitely seems like this is like a test bed and a prototype that's using a lot of experimental tech that maybe was being used by Section 31, and possibly that was what it was meant for, since they get a lot of equipment and things of that nature that are not readily available to the wide known public. So take that as you will, that theory as you will. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to about do it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a comment down below telling me what you think of this beta cannon monstrosity, the Chariot Class Explorer. Excuse me. 1 second. Oh. And yeah. Leave a comment down below telling me about that. Uh, Also, please be sure to uh, stay tuned for next week when we dive into the next section of things, which I believe is going to be the Intrepid class is going to be next week. And yeah, I'm Michael Schockman, folks. I've been your host and commentator. And until next time, bye-bye. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Secondly, if stream bucks are plentiful, please consider supporting the channel either by subscribing on Twitch, pledging on Patreon, or by grabbing some merch over at the Shock Shop. The links to all of these will be in the About section and in the description down below. Again, thank you to all of our supporters for all of the likes, shares, and views. I really appreciate it, and without all of you, our work here would not be possible. I'm Michael Schockman, folks. I've been your host and commentator. And remember, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy, and we will see you guys all again soon in the next one. Peace off, everybody.